Hello, thank you for joining in today. My name is Sachin Agarwal, and today I'm going to talk about background screening, challenges, and roadblocks during COVID 19. Let's first look at the challenges. Uh, there are four basic challenges that we have listed out. First is inability for all the employers to conduct a very comprehensive background check. Typically, a background check consists of services like education check, employment check, ID, address checks, global databases, drug screening, and identity verification checks. But as of now, not all services are available due to multiple roadblocks and reasons that we're going to look at in the next slide. But overall, a comprehensive background check is not being conducted as of now, and only checks which are quickly available are being done. It is just taking too long due to limited operations of institutes and employers. The turnaround time have gone exceptionally high. And one of the reason is because of the limited time, limited operations, and a lot of people working from home. Again, we're going to talk about more roadblocks as we move further in our presentation. Inability to verify candidates' identity in person. Typically, what HR would do is, whenever they offer a job to any candidate, they would typically invite the candidate for a face-to-face interview and also for in-person onboarding once the interview process has been completed and job offer has been given. That gives an opportunity for the employee to meet the employer for the first time, and also at the same time for employer to verify the identity of the person. But in this case, because of the COVID-19, because everybody is working from home, even the interviews are happening virtually over things like Zoom calls or on Skype. The candidate's identity in person is not being able to get verified, as the person who's you are interviewing to is the person who's working on the job at the end of the day or not. Drug screening and healthcare services are deeply affected because most of the labs are overloaded with COVID-19 testing. A lot of candidates do not want to visit the labs, and hence drug screenings and healthcare screenings or health services are being affected. Hence, these kind of services or these kind of screenings are not being done right now. Now, let's look at a quick look on roadblocks. We have divided. We are talking about three services. We're talking about education and employment, which is depicted in the blue block on your left-hand side, and address checks on the right-hand side depicted in a red block. So and all the red boxes depicts all the roadblocks typically that everybody is facing today. And this is for the first time, I would say, that these kind of roadblocks are there for each and every employer, each and every background screening company across the globe. And these are common for everyone. And everybody, whenever you read these kind of roadblocks, these will resonate with you, and you would probably shake your head saying that yes, this is something that we are also facing with. So let's look at employment and education verification. So there are 6 roadblocks that we have listed out. One is frequent lockdown, containment zones, remote working or working from home, phone calls not being answered, restricted movement of post and courier, journal fear and limited attendance, and limited working hours. Now these are 6 major reasons why: one, you are not able to do comprehensive background check on candidates, and second, there are huge delays because of this. So if we pick up a few examples here, for example, working from home. Most of the employers are working from home, hence not all employers have access to all the data of candidates. Hence, there is a huge delay in getting a reply to any kind of education check or an employment check verification. Either the employers do not have access to data or they have limited working hours. Because they have limited working hours, they have less time to do their limited work and also provide information on the background checks that anybody is sending to this employer. Not only that, there is a general fear among candidates or even a general fear among employers and employees. Hence, though the employer is saying that my office is open, you please come and attend and do your job, but a lot of employees are still reluctant in attending, or they are only going for a limited attendance. Limited working hours. Lots and lots of employers, though they are still functioning working from home, but they are also trying to open up their offices and organizations as there are ease of lockdowns. And but they are still doing staggered working hours. If a typical working day was an 8-hour working day, now it has shrunk to 5-hour working day or a 6-hour working day, or some places even 4-hour working day. A lot of employers are asking their employees to come only with 20% workforce or 30% workforce, and also at alternate days. Hence, it is very difficult to get in touch with the right person at the right day to get request processed for the background checks. Phones are not being answered. Whenever a researcher is calling up any of the offices, they would typically have the board line numbers. Now, since everybody is working from home, everybody's mobile numbers are not available. There's a restricted movement on post and courier. Whenever there is a lockdown or whenever there is a containment zone, suddenly all the post and the courier dispatch that are being done stops in that zone. Now, whenever you are sending a request, typically for all education checks, a request has to be sent by post or by courier. So there is a long delay in sending these things out. There is a restriction in a lot of places with respect to flying of planes. Hence, international posts are not going to a lot of locations. Because they're restricted domestic flights, there is limited services for even post to go from one state to another state. The costs are very high for sending the post and courier as well. So these are some of the reasons, these are some of the roadblocks which are there, due to which we are not able to do comprehensive background checks, or there are huge delays in getting the replies from different IAs, different employers, different institutes and colleges. And you're not able to get everything done on time. If you look at address checks shares some of the elements from roadblocks, what we saw at the education employment. The roadblocks are less because the address check service itself is a bit of different service. In address checks, typically somebody would visit the candidate's house physically to verify whether the candidate lives on that address or not. And typically there are 4 types of roadblocks that we are facing right now in physical address checks. Again, frequent lockdowns, containment zones. Hence, there is the free movement of the field staff to candidate's house are not possible, because today there is a one containment zone, tomorrow there is a next containment zone. If the address is falling in different containment zones, we cannot have free movement of our staff going and doing physical address checks. Remote working. Lots and lots of candidates are right now at home, not necessarily at their current address. A lot of people have gone to their permanent address, but they have mentioned their current address on their background screening application. But they are not on those addresses. Hence, we are not able to conduct current addresses when someone field executive visits the candidate's current address. General fear, due to which limited attendance is there. This is true for the field staff also. So a challenge for a background screening company where they do not have enough number of manpower to send them to each and every different location at what they had before COVID-19. And on top of that, there is limited attendance from the candidates as well. Restricted movement across state borders as well. Because of the weekend lockdowns, which are still continuing in India, the field staff is not able to move across different states, nearby states, suburbs to get the address checks done. Because of general fear also, the candidates are not willing to meet the field executive because everybody's scared that they might catch COVID-19. So these are some of the roadblocks that I wanted to talk about today and highlight, which are posing huge challenges in getting complete and comprehensive background checks done. So this is the end of my presentation for today. I thank you for giving your time today. If you have any more questions, suggestions, or feedback that you want to give, please write to me at verify@amsinform.com, and we love to hear back from you. Thank you today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.